Good morning, everyone. This is Jody Smith. I am the president for GRAR Board of Directors for 2021.
And I'm Ed Hansen, your president-elect.
Great to see you today, Ed. We had a great meeting yesterday, and we're going to touch upon, we had a lot of discussion on a lot of different subjects. We didn't have to make many decisions, just some things that are just moving forward that we'll probably be making some decisions in August, September. And one of the great conversations we had was about our Equal Opportunity and Diversity Task Force that we created for this year. There was a survey that went out that was helpful. It would have been great if we had more members participate with the survey, but we had a little bit of something to kind of show us what our membership is made of and what's important to them. And that's why we do those surveys. But they are working on a certification series, kind of like what we have with the international real estate professionals. Is we're trying to do the same thing for equal opportunity and diversity. And I have to say, Ed and I, you and I both agreed at the meeting that you don't know what you don't know, right? We have been in the industry. I've been in the industry 26 years. You've been in it a few years longer. Yep. And we have encountered many clients and many situations, but again, you just don't know what you don't know. And so these are some really helpful classes and courses that I think they're looking at combining and creating a certification from GRAR. So that would be great.
Yeah, it sounds great. I wanted to toss out a couple things. You know, in our real estate business, every day to day, you know, we all know that referrals make the world go round. And when it comes to our association, it's the involvement, dedication, and service that keeps us on track and makes our world easier. And you guys have probably figured out by now that I'm pretty passionate about all the involvement of our committees and committee people, chairs. But I really want to do a shout out to the, Andrew Norton and Rustin Scott are the chair and vice chair of the Government Affairs Committee. And oh my goodness, the amount of work they do, interviewing the candidates and so many other things, it's overwhelming from where I sit. But in the spirit of getting involved, you know, it's kind of funny. You look on that committee, Gene Spinsky's been on that, and Gene has been around, I think, for, sorry, Gene, but 44 years or something like that, long time. And I always have to smile when I think of this committee because I think of Dave DeBryan, who's, I think he's only been in the business for like 38 years, so he's somewhat of a rookie. But I think he's been on this committee for 40 years or some crazy thing like that. This guy is passionate about that. And it is kind of funny because you look at people like that, what keeps them going? I think GRAR started record keeping in about 93, but because I wanted to go back to see how many years has he been on that committee, but a long time. But again, thank you to you guys. You guys are all rock stars. And I appreciate all the time that you take to get into that, because that is a very intense group. So for today, all about Government Affairs Committee. So thank you. While I'm still rolling, I guess I'll make a comment in the spirit of committees. Yesterday at GRAR, we hosted an invite to the committee people and chairs, kind of an appreciation picnic. Had a little luncheon at GRAR, and it was a lot of fun. I'm not sure how many people, 100, 150 or something like that, but I know that we had a dunk tank, and so I guess I should shout out to those suckers on the board of directors that agreed to get wet. But Jody, thank you. You were very popular in the dunk tank. You know, myself, Duffy McClellan, Mike Vanderwood, Teresa Hoffman, that girl Teresa, Hank Steffes, and Paul Bunce. A bunch of the members had their way with many of us. We all got wet, so that was great. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Julie said that we raised like $540, and that money is being earmarked to the Schoolhouse Program. And Jody, you might want to touch on what that program is if our people don't know.
Oh, absolutely. The Schoolhouse Program is something that was started a couple of years ago, and we've been giving, gosh, I think we gave several $1,000s already this year from donations. And it seems to be earmarked for three different things: supplies, school supplies, sadly, clothing. Sometimes it's just like coats and boots and hats and mittens for the kids. And then also school lunch programs. So unfortunately, a lot of schools are in a negative balance. And so we've helped out many community schools. And so hats off to that. Our association is participating in many areas with contributing to these causes. So let's see, what else do we want to talk about? Well, besides the fact that you and I got a little wet there yesterday, that was a great time, 7 of us. But I do want to say, and Ed and I were both talking about this, hats off to all of our members. I mean, at the board of directors, we are talking about all of the members and how can we stay relevant? How can we be helpful? And we just want to be sure that we do a shout out to so many of you are doing such a great job in representing our industry. And we know you're very involved in other areas besides GRAR. So thank you very much.
Yep, perfect. Thanks, Jody. Thanks all. Have a great month, and we'll be chatting at you in a month from now.
Sounds great. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Yep.